Dear student, today we shall discuss lung abscess. So in the previous class we have discussed different type of pneumonia, and all of you know that pneumonia has got different type of complication. So among the complication, lung abscess is one of them. So let us try to define lung abscess. So lung abscess is defined as it is a local area of necrosis in the lung parenchyma along with suppurative inflammation. So following after the pneumonic attack, if it is not cured, there is localized area of tissue destruction in the lung parenchyma, and that destruction is followed by the necrosis. There is a complete death of the lung parenchymal cell, and it lead to the formation of cavity in the lung parenchyma, and that cavity is filled with exudative material or pus that lead to the formation of lung abscess. So in this way the lung abscess is going to form. This lung abscess may be primary or it may be secondary. Primary means that in the normal lung there is aspiration of infected material that lead to the development of primary lung abscess, meaning by the aspiration pneumonia is complicated as primary lung abscess. So all of you know that aspiration pneumonia is mainly caused by the aspiration or ingestion of the infected gastric content or nasopharyngeal secretion, or sometime oropharyngeal secretion due to the dental hygiene or any dental problem, that the surgical treatment is done in the orodental area, and that infected material sometime go aspirated and may lead to the development of aspiration pneumonia. So any secretion which is infected either from the oral cavity, oropharyngeal or nasopharyngeal secretion, or gastric secretion, or infected material, infected milk, when it is aspirated, that is may lead to the primary, first of all aspiration pneumonia, and then it is complicated as primary lung abscess. So this kind of situation is going to happen in, especially in the previous class we have already discussed that this kind of situation is generally occurs in the patient of coma, if the patient is in the coma or unconscious, or in the case of drunkenness, or in the case of drowning even, the infected water material can be introduced in the case of drowning, or sometime if there is a epileptic fit, our patient is on general anesthesia for the surgical treatment, or if there is a endotracheal intubation is going to done. So in all this situation, there is chance of aspiration of infected material into the lung parenchyma, and that may lead first aspiration pneumonia, then it is followed by the lung abscess. Usually in the primary lung abscess, the aspirated material is accumulated in the lower part of the upper lobe, in the lower part of the upper lobe, especially in the right lung. The right lung, as you know, that is directly communicate with right main bronchus. So aspirated material is easily go into the right side of the lung, and it is accumulated, that may initiate lung abscess in the lower part of the right upper lobe. Usually it is single and large. If you see in the gross examination, this primary lung abscess is single and large. So this is pathogenesis of primary lung abscess. Another type of lung abscess is going to happen in the secondary way, meaning by if there is secondary disease is present in the lung, that may be complicated as lung abscess. Like in case of complication like of bronchopneumonia or lower pneumonia, or it may complicated bronchiectasis may be complicated as lung abscess. Sometimes pulmonary tuberculosis may complicated as lung abscess. So the pre-existing disease in the lung parenchyma or respiratory system that may lead to the development of secondary type of lung abscess. Sometimes the infection is the one of main cause. The infectious agent like Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, gram-negative bacteria like E. coli and Pseudomonas, and sometimes anaerobe bacteria that may lead to the development of lung abscess. So these are the causative agents that lead to the formation pus-forming bacteria, and that may lead to the development of lung abscess. So both gram-positive, gram-negative bacteria may lead to the lung abscess. Even anaerobic bacteria, especially in the infected or contaminated oral secretion, oropharyngeal secretion has got anaerobe bacteria, and that also lead to development of lung abscess. Sometimes the septic embolism that arise from the either thrombophlebitis or pyemia, or even from the vegetation of subacute bacterial endocarditis from the heart. These infected septic embolism may introduce into the vein and go to the right side of the heart, and from the right side of the heart it is go into the lung parenchyma, and that may lead to the infection, that may lead to the necrosis in the lung parenchyma and development of lung abscess. So septic embolism from the distant side, from the other side, especially from the vein, from the circulation, or from the heart, that may lead to the sometime development of secondary type of lung abscess when it is introduced into through the pulmonary vessels into the lung. Another possible cause of lung abscess that is infection from pulmonary infection. If pre-existing pulmonary infection may sometime infected, and that may lead to the lung abscess. Sometimes amoebic abscess may extend and involve the lung parenchyma, and that may lead to the lung abscess. From the direct injury to the lung parenchyma may be complicated as lung abscess. Sometimes direct extension from the nearby tissue infection or inflammation may involve the lung parenchyma, and that may lead to the lung abscess. So there are different causes here, and this is going to lead to the especially secondary type of lung abscess. Sometimes if there is a obstruction in the bronchi, in the bronchial obstruction, either by the tumor or by the foreign body or by the any mechanical obstruction in the bronchi, that is followed by the infection, and that infection may proceed forward and involve the lung parenchyma and may lead to the first pneumonia and then followed by the lung abscess. So there are many causes of lung abscess, and that lung abscess are because of secondary in origin. So it is known as secondary lung abscess. And secondary lung abscess more characteristically that it is small and focal and diffuse, meaning by it is distributed in the whole lung parenchyma in a small and multiple lesion. But in case of primary lung abscess, you know that it is almost always a single and large, and it is mostly localized in the right side of the lung, especially in the lower part of the upper lobe. So in this way, the both primary and secondary lung abscess is going to develop. These are the some etiological factor and the mechanism, the pathogenesis of development of lung abscess. So either primary or secondary origin may lead to the development of lung abscess. Usually, the patient suffering from the lung abscess has got both type of clinical manifestation. Systemic as well as respiratory manifestation can be seen. Systemic manifestation, your patient may develop a fever with rigor, chills, mileage, weight loss, anorexia. So these are the some systemic manifestation, but respiratory manifestation is very important for the diagnosis of lung abscess. And in the respiratory manifestation, there is a characteristic presentation cough with expectoration, which is mucopurulent in nature, and sometimes it is associated with hemoptysis, as well as there is a sputum, and this sputum is heavy in amount and it is foul smelling. So this kind of presentation is very much similar to the bronchoectasis. In case of bronchoectasis also, there are large amount of the pus, foul smelling sputum is going to produce, followed by the cough, followed by the hemoptysis. So clinically it is very much similar to the bronchoectasis, but by the radiological finding, by the noting the history, we are able to differentiate a lung abscess from bronchoectasis in spite of similar clinical presentation. Sometimes the patient has got hemoptysis because of the blood vessel is going to expose, and there may be chance of bleeding tendency. So this is the usual clinical presentation. So both type of presentation, systemic as well as respiratory manifestation, is seen in the patient. If you go for the morphological picture of features of a lung abscess, grossly the size of the lung abscess is variable. It may be a small or it may be large, even 5 to 6 centimeter. And as you know that primary lung abscess is well localized, it is large and single in number, and it is usually situated in the lower part of upper lobe. But in case of secondary, as you know already that it is multiple, it is focal in nature. So these are the gross finding. Sometimes a fibrous wall is found around the abscess formation. So abscess formation के चारों तरफ कभी कभी fibrous wall बन जाता है in the chronic stage. So that the gross finding can be seen. Microscopically, if you see the area, lung abscess area in the microscope, we will find that there is destruction of lung parenchyma. The lung parenchyma cell undergo necrosis, destruction, and it is followed by formation of cavity. So cavity formation is very important finding in the lung abscess, and that cavity is filled with exudative material in the form of pus. And this area is surrounded by suppurative inflammatory reaction. Suppurative inflammatory reaction, in the beginning there is acute in variety because there is a infiltration of large number of the acute inflammatory cell in the form of neutrophil around the degenerated or necrosed area in the lung parenchyma. But as the disease progresses in the chronic stage, these inflammatory cells are replaced by chronic inflammatory cell like plasma cell, macrophages and lymphocytes. So lymphocyte, plasma cell and macrophages are very dominantly seen in the chronic stage. Second, another feature that in the more chronic stages there is formation of fibroblastic proliferation, and that may lead to the development of fibrocollagenous septal wall around the abscess. So abscess is surrounded by a fibrous collagenous wall. So this is found in the more chronic stage. So because of the healing process is going to start, the fibroblast is going to proliferate, and that lead to the formation of fibrosepta. So in this way, the gross and microscopical picture is going to seen. First, there is necrosis. Second, there is a destruction followed by inflammation. Inflammation means in the initially acute inflammatory reaction followed by the chronic inflammation reaction, and the last there is a healing stage. So the necrose or abscess area is surrounded by the fibrous collagenous wall. So in this way, the microscopic picture is going to seen in case of lung abscess. So lung abscess has got three main features. One is necrosis followed by suppurative inflammation followed by cavity formation, and then there is accumulation of the pus in the cavity, and the last there is surrounding fibrous collagenous septa. So these are the main structural changes in the lung parenchyma in the affected region. Usually the lung abscess can be complicated in the form of sometime hemoptysis, sometime there may be involvement of the other tissue, like pleura is going to affected in the form of pleural effusion. The effusion may be initially fibroserous in nature, but as the disease progresses, the bacteria can lead to the formation of pus in the pleural cavity, and that may lead to the empyema. So cavity formation is very important complication. In case of lung abscess, cavitation followed by there is pleural effusion or thickening even, followed by empyema, accumulation of the pus in the pleural cavity, and there may be chance of secondary amyloidosis. Secondary amyloidosis can be seen in the lung abscess, and in the 20% of the cases the finger shows clubbing. So these are the some important complication that is seen in the lung abscess, because if lung abscess is not cured permanently, then it may be complicated, it may extend to the pleura, and that may lead to the effusion, empyema, formation in the pleural cavity, and in the lung there may be chance of cavity formation, there may be chance of secondary amyloidosis, these hemoptysis. So these are the some important complication of lung abscess. Usually the lung abscess is diagnosed by the clinical feature, and another important point that is sometimes important for the MCQ based examination, that the cavity formation in the lung parenchyma. So you must know what are the causes of cavitation, meaning by the cavity formation in the lung parenchyma. So you already see here that pneumonia, when pneumonia is complicated at lung abscess, that may lead to the cavity formation. So pneumonia, pulmonary tuberculosis, lung abscess, pulmonary infarction, lung tumor, Wegener's granulomatosis. So these are the some possible causes of cavity formation in the lung parenchyma. So you must know, because this question is very much asked in the MCQ based examination. Cavity, what are the causes of cavity formation in the lung parenchyma? So lung abscess is one of them. Clinically, the diagnosis of the lung abscess is done by mainly clinical ground, and followed by the some of the radiological finding. That is very important. So clinically, as you all already know that clinically it is presented as some of the systemic manifestation in the form of fevers, rigor, malaise, weakness, weight loss. So these are the systemic manifestation. In the respiratory symptom, that is there is a chance of cough, and cough is presented with the expectoration, which is mucopurulent in nature, because it is associated with the bacterial infection. So the cough expectoration is almost always mucopurulent. Sometimes sputum production is very high in amount, and it is foul smelling. That is the most characteristic finding, because of the bacterial infection, anaerobic bacterial infection. It is foul smelling. So this is the usual very important finding, and there may be chance of hemoptysis even. So these are the clinical respiratory findings, complaint, sign and symptom of lung abscess. If it is not possible by the clinical feature, we take the help of radiological finding. And radiological finding, we do X-ray examination. So in the X-ray examination, there is a very important finding is seen, that the area where the lung abscess is seen, it is thick wall, solitary cavity surrounded by consolidation. So in the lung abscess, the most important X-ray finding is that the thick wall, solitary solitary cavity present in the consolidated area. That shows that your patient has got consolidation due to the pneumonic attack, and that is followed by the cavity formation. So that may lead to the lung abscess. So this is seen in the X-ray examination, cavity formation around in the consolidated area. So this is the very important finding, and there is also a very important X-ray finding that is seen in the lung abscess, that air fluid level is seen in the cavity. Air fluid level is seen in the cavity. So this is X-ray finding is diagnostic for lung abscess. Cavity, consolidation area, and air fluid level in the affected region. So that finding is very important for diagnosis of lung abscess, and also important from differentiating from the other similar condition like pneumonia or like empyema, or even from the bronchiectasis. So these are the very important findings. So by the help of taking the history, noting the sign and symptom of the patient, noting the clinical examination, respiratory examination, and noting the X-ray finding, noting the blood picture, that is very, very important for the diagnosis after correlating all these things. But sometimes if diagnosis is confirmed by the sputum culture and sensitivity, so if the sputum is present in large amount, as you know, this sputum is sent for the culture and sensitivity test. Here the causative agent is also isolated, and the proper antibiotic is also signed for the proper treatment. So sputum culture and sensitivity examination is very, very essential for the diagnosis as well as for the treatment of lung abscess. So lung abscess, as you know, that there is a abscess formation in the lung parenchyma, there is a presence of accumulation of the pus in the lung parenchyma. So this need both मेडिकल एज वेल एज सर्जिकल ट्रीटमेंट. तो मेडिकल ट्रीटमेंट में हम लोग प्रॉपर एंटीबायोटिक देते हैं, स्पेशली ब्रॉड स्पेक्ट्रम पेनिसिलिन, एमॉक्सिसिलिन, क्लेवुलिनिक एसिड के कम्बिनेशन में हम लोग देते हैं. दैट इज़ क्वाइट सेंसिटिव फॉर द ग्राम पॉजिटिव बैक्टीरियल इन्फेक्शन. समटाइम anaerobe bacteria is associated with this infection, so clindamycin or metronidazole is also added, and high dose of antibiotic along with the proper course is given to the patient for the complete recovery or complete resolution of disappearance of X-ray finding in the treatment. So in the treatment we generally follow with the X-ray finding when the affected area is cleaned. Sometimes the surgical intervention is also needed here because there is a accumulation of the pus in the lung parenchyma. So drainage is very necessary surgical procedure. If the empyema is developed, then thoracotomy, ostomy is the very important essential treatment. So these are the some line of treatment, proper medical treatment as well as sometimes surgical treatment is added for the treatment of lung abscess. So these are the some important fact about the lung abscess you must know. Sometimes the question is asked in the form of a short notes on the lung abscess. So you must know in this way the definition, their type, primary, secondary, their causes and pathogenesis, a meaning by the etiopathogenesis of the lung abscess, primary as well as secondary, their gross finding, their microscopic finding, their clinical presentation and their diagnosis. So these are the some important fact about the lung abscess. So the complication, all of you know that in the pneumonia, the most important we have discussed the all aspect of pneumonia, bacterial pneumonia, viral pneumonia, atypical pneumonia, lung abscess. So these are the important point to discuss regarding the acute inflammation of the lung parenchyma, that is the pneumonia. In pneumonia as a whole, two, three things are very important for the theoretical examination point of view. As well, it is very much clinically, it is very important topic because we face day to day in practice the pneumonic patient will be fine. So, for the theoretical examination point of view, short notes on the lung abscess, bronchopneumonia, lobar pneumonia, atypical pneumonia may be asked. The complication of pneumonia is very important for the viva examination. It is very much asked to the student what are the complications, what is the definition of pneumonia. So you must know definition as well as the different classification of pneumonia, because in the viva examination it is very much asked. For the MCQ based examination, the stages of pneumonia is important, complication is important, and sometime in the lung abscess area, in the lung abscess, the causes is very important. The bacteria, which bacteria are associated with the lung abscess. So these are the some typical area from where the MCQ question may be asked. So this is all about pneumonia and all about lung abscess. In the next class, we shall start another infectious disease of the respiratory system, and that will be the most common disease in our part of the country, and that will be the pulmonary tuberculosis. So in the next class we shall start pulmonary tuberculosis. I think the concept of the pneumonia is clear for all of you, but still if you have confusion you can ask me anywhere, anytime, but go through the book also and try to make your concept clear regarding all aspect of pneumonia, because pneumonia से कभी पीछा नहीं छूटेगा. In the day to day life, day to day practice, in the field as well as in the theoretical examination, MCQ based examination, there are many questions, many problems you can face. So this is all about pneumonia, all about the complication of pneumonia in the form of lung abscess. In the next class we shall start pulmonary tuberculosis. Till, thank you.